What's going on, guys? Hang out for just a few minutes and I'm going to give you some tips as far as what classes to use and guns to use to succeed in Fog of War. The first advice I can give you is don't use the assault class. There's no advantage. You get no extra gadgets. The absolute must is the medic, so you can revive teammates as well as heal yourself. You must have, at least 2 medics in your squad. You need one support guy to throw down ammunition packs randomly so you can run back and get ammo when you need it. And the scout is the sneaky one of the bunch. They for some reason left the K bullets in this game mode, and it appears in like a sawed-off rifle version, but it does do considerable damage at close range. The flare gun you can use to catch enemies on fire, or you can use it to spot enemies. You can also use the sniper decoy to ambush guys in the bushes. Set one up. They spot it, they think it's an enemy, call them in, fire the flare, trying to catch them on fire, and then everybody just swarm in and ambush them. And it works pretty much every time. Starting with the weapons, an absolute monster in the Bodio 1889. Nobody uses it. Why? The gun is ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen anybody use this gun in Battlefield, and it just murders up close. Now, it is cumbersome to reload because you actually have to turn every cylinder and put the bullet in. So it does take a minute. So if you fire out all 6 rounds, then, you know, it's going to take a second. But at close range, you really can't beat it. And no one carries it. Probably the most versatile gun, the M1911. You see a ton of people using it, and that's probably because it's the best all-around pistol in the game. It has great range, it has great accuracy, and it has a tremendous fire rate, and it is an absolute beast. If I'm usually lone wolfing it by myself, which is my favorite tactic in this game mode, that's usually what I carry in case you run into multiple enemies. And the absolute must in this game mode is you have to pay attention to the audio. This is one where it really shines. Dice's audio is set up so good. I have a really good headset. I have the HyperX Cloud Pros. I know a lot of guys like the Astro 40s and the 50s, and there's a ton of good headsets out there. But turn on your surround sound, put it on the large speakers, the headphone setting. I use the Logitech Pro setting, and you can really hear all the footsteps and the enemy callouts, and it really does help to pay attention to the audio in this game mode. You can hear every single person coming if you listen. But the key to that is don't run. Don't run unless you have to or you're trying to get away to heal yourself. As long as you're not running, you can literally hear everything that's coming, and you won't get surprised, you won't get ambushed. The other method is to pack run. Get 2 guys on your squad to run as medics. Have a support guy dropping down ammo randomly, throw down packs so you can refill, and then have one guy play as recon to carry the K bullets for the extra damage at range just a little bit. Use the flare guns to try to spot enemies and set them on fire. Will cause that extra damage, especially if you get a lot of people grouped up. People love to group up around the train cars and on that middle of the track up there on the bridge. That's the big choke point of the map where everybody likes to try to sit and try to ambush. As far as more pistols, and probably my overall favorite, the M1914, and it's another gun that nobody uses. Nobody uses this gun, and it is a monster, especially at range. It does usually take an extra bullet or 2 to get people, but the fire rate on this thing is absolutely ridiculous, and the accuracy, it's like a little sniper rifle. I mean, it literally is. I pull so many headshots with this thing, and nobody uses it. I can't figure it out. Try it out. You might like it, you might not. Just make sure you get the shots off. You know, it's going to fire as quick as you can hit that button, and it really will help you a lot if you're struggling with accuracy. I know a lot of people like to run around with the Marks automatic just because it's so powerful. Yes, it is up close, but really the Bodio is better because it's better at range. And I mean, the Marks is a good gun, but once they get out, 20 meters or so, then you're really going to have to really focus on each shot to hit them. So I really recommend trying this gun out right here. Just make sure that you're not chasing people into the train cars or really pushing. If you get down early, don't push to the train tracks, and you let them use those long lines of sight with their medics and continue to rack up score. Go down into the forest, pull them down in the forest, use the trees and the rocks for cover, and make your comeback, and it really will help out a lot. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for all the support. Hit that like button. Peace.